Hello, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Damned Paradise. We hope that you have had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's great to see you. And let me see. My goodness. It's always odd with the announcements in this one. I've got all the other announcements, but I don't know where to go from here. I guess, first off, a big congratulations. This is the first show of the new month. And I believe our VIP for this month is Weasel. So congrats, Weasel. You're the VIP this month. Good job. Well done. That means that the chat boss is new. It is refreshed. Go at it. Have fun. We hope that you are all ready for another night of terrifying, well, hopefully terrifying adventures, and our friends here surviving an evening of Ila Palma. I'm your storyteller, Scott, and with me we have Brittany as Cass, James as Gareth, and Emmy as Bryn.
Bryn is Emmy. What does that look like?
I don't know. Well,
They're interchangeable.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Good. Ready to run, pissing my pants with fear.
Perfect. All right. Well, with that,
such is the plan.
So maybe it's a good thing we're not in the same room.
Maybe for once.
It's fine. The cameras are up here. We have no idea what's going on. Well, folks, are you ready for tonight's episode? All right.
As ready as I think you'll ever be for terror. Yeah, let's do
Monsters.
the thing.
Well, in that case, let's go ahead and dive on in. So, when last we met our adventurers, survivors, I'm going to call you survivors. When last we met our survivors,
Yes.
having turned the power on, the emergency power to the airport, you had discovered the source of the rushing water, and as it turns out, was rushing diesel. You found the diesel gas pump at the runway. You had proceeded to explore the 3 hangars to see if there might be a way off of this dreaded island, and though discovering no planes, you did notice that one of the 3 hangars was actually unfinished, still being built. Upon that revelation, you had also found a gas canister and thought that this might be helpful for your low fuel generator back at your bunker. So fueling it up, you headed back, but unfortunately, due to an earlier injury and also with the hindrance of a needle still in an arm, the time that it took you to get back to safety was longer than expected. So much so that it became dusk as you approached. Quickly filling up the generator and turning on your safe security system, you managed to rush towards the bungalow just as one of these strange hound creatures came bounding out of the forest. With a close call and Gareth receiving a rather tough cut on his back, the creature bounded through the door and chased you down into your bunker, the door safely closing behind you. You then spent the night recovering, and the next morning, you figured out, well, what to do next. You headed back down the gravel path and decided that it would be best for you to head over to the other bungalows rather than the large structure or the strange clearing in the trees that you had seen from the control tower. Heading towards the bungalows, you found paths leading off as if branching veins from a leaf. And at one of these first intersections, had found an overturned golf cart. And that is where we pick up. So, survivors, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go and check out the golf cart, see if there's anything in it.
Absolutely. So, as you approach this golf cart, you can see that it's one of the 2-person variety for any of you who have done any golfing. And the back end of it, however, does look as though it's got the extra little seats for some people to hop along on the back of it, though not a full ride. Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
No, I'm just gonna want to see if there is anything there, and if there is, what it is.
Yeah, so it looks fairly intact, actually. Though it's been overturned, you don't see any signs of severe damage or massive wear or tear to it. Seems pretty intact. Aside from that, there within the seating area, there doesn't appear to be any belongings. Nothing strapped to the back or the roof. There are no golf clubs of any sorts to be seen. But you do notice that it does seem to have the key in the ignition.
Would this strike me more than as like a courtesy cart? Like one of those things that they like pop around bigger like resorts and airports.
Because they don't drive cars in the resort area. It's all golf carts.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, it's a cute little thing. The security guards can drive around it and stuff and help people just go really quickly from place to place on smaller roads and stuff.
Well, Gareth, do you want to help me push it up and see if it'll work?
Sure.
So yeah, I think we're gonna prop it up and try and see if the key works and if the golf cart works.
See if we can write it.
All right,
Yeah.
and with the two of you, what are each of your strength scores?
2.
2.
2 and 2. Okay, let me go ahead and get a from the two of you. Give me. So this will be an aided action. One of you will roll a strength and athletics, and the other will then be able to add those successes to their pool.
So who wants to roll?
Yeah, who wants to take the main role? Who wants to help? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't mind.
Do you want to do the main one, since I assume you're stronger than me, so you can be the main bulk? And
We seem to be about the same, but sure, I'll give it a go.
you're a
Alright.
guy.
So if you're gonna be the main, Brittany, go ahead and. So Gareth, what is your strength and athletics roll combined?
Strength and athletics would be 3.
3. Okay, so Cass, if you want to go ahead and roll 3 for me.
1 success.
1 success. All right, Gareth, you get to roll 4 dice.
Okay. Yeah, Gareth doesn't have a whole lot of muscle mass. He's quite wiry.
Fair enough.
1 success.
1 success. Well, between the two of you, you are able to lift this thing up. It's actually quite easy, seeing as though most of the mass of this thing is in its base, and once you get it past its topple point, it just almost rights itself. But it is up, and you can see now that all the tires are properly seated on the ground.
So let's turn the key and see if it works.
All right. Turning the key, you hear that and the soft hum of electricity being turned on, and you can see that at the very base, in the front where a speedometer might be, there is a little power reader that flips up and looks to be about halfway, but it looks like it's turned on.
Oh, okay. Great.
How close are we to the bungalows? Are we right there, or do we still have a ways to go?
As best as you can tell, you're at where the roads begin to lead off to where each individual bungalow is. It looks like there's quite a few of them, at least on these more private paths. But so you're fairly close.
Okay. Real quick, is there, before we pop in this thing, is there a glove compartment or a compartment under the seat or anything I can pop up and look in? Is there a storage compartment on this thing at all?
All right, so checking the front seats, there's You can easily tell that there's no way that you could store anything under the front seats. In the little back bench, however, you lift that up and you can see underneath. To the right is a large battery, and
Okay.
coiled next to that is a bunch of cabling.
Charger cable. All right. Well, we can charge this probably back at the garage. Sweet.
Now-
Sweet.
I'm guessing two things. One, that the tires on the golf cart are too small to be used on the truck. Because I'm assuming this thing has kind of little wheels.
That is correct, yes.
And the battery, this isn't like your regular like car battery. This is like a thing specifically for this electric vehicle.
It does look like this battery is made for this cart. You might be able to get this to work with a car. But it wouldn't. It's not made for it, but you might be able to get it to work.
All right. So chance of a bit of salvage.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can't imagine this thing will outrun anything that's been wandering through here at night, and I can't imagine it'll go over anything tough. But for the moment,
But I mean,
this'll
it's
get us
great because
moving around.
It's better
we
than
can
nothing.
explore more places during the day. You know,
Yeah.
we can take more advantage of our daylight since we don't have to worry about those things during the day.
All right, let's who's good at driving? I'm not gonna lie, not a great driver, but I'm okay at it. I can drive.
Garrett,
mean,
um,
I can drive, but
Well, why don't you drive then?
I mean, this thing is kind of designed for people to just be able to pick up and go. Like
it's not hard.
Yeah.
There's
Well, then
two
I'll
pedals.
drive, and I'll go and sit. I'll get inside the driver's seat.
All right.
Oh god, I think we've made a mistake.
Really
Hey,
quickly,
man, I need this serotonin rush right now. Okay, this is really a lot.
for your purposes, this new vehicle now being at your disposal, you should know that it's got numbers that might not mean a whole lot to you right now, but I should let you out there. It's got this thing has a durability of 2, a size of 8, a structure of 8, an acceleration of 5, a safe speed of 15, and a maximum speed of 21 with a handling of 1. I will send all of that to you. Don't
Oh, good.
worry. But basically, the numbers that are important for you is the handling. With a handling of 1, you will add 1 die to your die pool if needing to drive this thing in crazy circumstances.
Hopefully not.
But its safe speed and its maximum speed are roughly... Its safe handling speed is about 10 miles per hour, and you figure you can crank this up to 15.
Ooh, mama.
But that's
Okay.
going to be pushing it.
Okay,
Uh,
we're
but-
real crazy in here on the golf cart. All right.
Good to know.
Yeah, let's not get too crazy on this thing. Oh boy.
So,
right.
what do we think? Stick together, check the bungalows one after the other?
I really feel like we should not split up in this place. I feel like that's a bad move, personally.
Well, maybe we can check out one together, and if it's, because they're all pretty kind of close together, we'll check out one. If everything looks okay, then maybe we can decide to split up. If we
Maybe.
need just to do a quick check.
We'll see how we feel. All right. I will drive the golf cart down to the bungalows.
All right. So, Bryn, you in the driver's seat. Who's hopping onto the back?
I'll jump on the back.
All right. So, as you hop in, smash down on the gas pedal. There's the very quick just, and away you go. Are you
Boy,
so?
speed racer.
Yeah, with the gravel roads, you can hear the soft crunching of the gravel beneath. Again, all for if you were in other circumstances could be kind of relaxing. Which section are you heading off to? So you found this one at kind of a crossroads. You can see that there's directly to your right one path to head down. To your left there's one, and then farther down, a few yards, there's another set going off. And actually, as you look, it looks as though there are 3 paths on the right and 3 paths on the left, and then a straightaway.
Now are these all paths within? Because we're in the bungalows, right? Been a couple of weeks. We're in the bungalows, right?
When the sign that you followed was heading to the bungalows.
Yeah, we're heading down towards bungalows. Are there any more, like, looking at the map or the signs, kind of just heading into, like, a central area where we can kind of get a visual on the maximum amount of bungalow?
Give me a wits and composure check.
Sure. Okie dokie.
Just seeing what catches your eyes.
Oh, that's no successes.
No successes. I mean, looking around, even just with a quick glance, there seems to be the 4 roads and then the one. It does feel as though the main road that you're on seems to keep going, and the 3 on either side they seem to be more private roads.
Let's keep going down the main road then.
Just see where it goes.
Yeah, see where the road takes us.
And question with the are there trees between each of the roads and stuff, so we can't really see what's down them? Is that correct?
Exactly. So you're essentially in this fairly dense tropical jungle-like area. You can exactly. You can see into the trees, and you can see the roads, and in some places you can see from one road to the other, but it becomes more and more dense the farther you try and look, until eventually you just see trees.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. See where this leads to, if it leads to a central hub, or I mean, we can always come back now that we have the golf cart.
I know. We're so fancy now. Oh boy.
All right.
Keep going then.
So driving down the main road, as you go off, and you get the impression that now with this golf cart, your travel speed has essentially doubled. So
Ooh.
that
Light jog.
that trip that would take you an hour from the bungalow, your bungalow, to the airport is now down to 30 minutes.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's nice. Okay. It's a big island. All right.
So, heading off down this main road, you don't go too terribly far. Guests, it's okay. We have found another survivor.
Yep.
It's
Sorry
a
about that.
ghost.
It's all good.
Don't
It's
worry.
all good.
It's a ghost.
All right, so traveling down the main road, you don't go too terribly far. You pass the 3 on either side, and you see they curve off, and it does look, recalling back to the map, that they spread off in that leaf feel to them, and you're heading to the very far end of it, and it takes you, just about 2-3 minutes using the golf cart before you get to just the massive clearing. And when you were promised bungalows, instead you find almost a construction zone. To the far ahead of you in this clearing, you can see that it has been leveled out. The gravel ground seems to have been pounded smooth, and foundations have been laid, and structures in various forms and levels of completion have been erected. And you can see to your left and to your right large floodlights, like industrial floodlights that have been used to illuminate the area, currently switched off. And you can see, based on their construction, it looks like about 8 bungalows were being built in this area.
Huh.
Does it look like that? You know how like usually in construction sites they have like a trailer where they keep all that's like an office. Do we see anything like that?
Looking around, you don't see anything of that sort in place. You immediately, things that pop into your mind as missing are offices of any sorts and heavy machinery. You don't see any, no cranes, bulldozers, nothing of those sorts. But clearly some concrete foundations have been laid that you can see. But you do notice, looking around, there are large piles of construction material.
Does it look like it's just a project that got part of the way done and then like they ran out of money or ended up, or does it look like something where the people working had to leave in a hurry, like it's in disarray, things are disorganized?
Oh, that is a very good question. I will say from where you are, just looking from the golf cart, as you've entered into this clearing space, it's kind of hard to tell. But if you would like to, head into the space and give this a thorough looking over, you are more than welcome to do so.
I would like to do that.
All right. Yeah, so stepping off the golf cart, moving into the space, the 8 bungalows that you see, most of them have all of the walls that have been constructed. All of them have the foundation laid. And though the walls have been constructed, you do note that, they're not bamboo. These seem to be actual plywood with standard wood siding. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and investigation check. And I will say this can fall into your specialty, so go ahead and add that extra die.
That was gonna be my question. I have 4 successes.
Nice. All right. Yeah, looking around, it doesn't look as though things haven't been strewn about in disarray. You take a look over at the pile of building materials, and there you see actually the facade bamboo sidings, the thatchings for the roofs, and you do find a collection of tools. You don't find an office, but it actually looks as though one of the bungalows has purposefully been left as kind of a half-finished shell, and inside you see that tools have been stored. And again, none of them seem to have been thrown about. They may have been carelessly placed, but they've all just been kind of put down.
Hey guys, come over here and check this out. I think I might have found something.
Okay. What's the story?
I mean, it doesn't look like anything bad happened. It looked like they just kind of stopped working and whatever. But this half bungalow might have some stuff in there.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like a place they stored tools, and maybe there are plans or.
Yeah, I mean, this is all.
It's very strange.
Okay, so like, it doesn't look like anyone was attacked here. We're not looking around. Do we see any bodies like we saw in the airport or anything like that? Just immediately. Any
Immediately,
blood?
no.
No.
You haven't noticed any bodies. And Cass, as you've been investigating around the space, you did not find any traces of blood or any signs of violence.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're not seeing any blood. No
There's
violence.
just no machinery.
No machinery. So this place was being built, which we kind of knew. The airport wasn't done. This was obviously nowhere near ready for guests.
And they just stopped. Now where
Like,
it makes me wonder where the machinery is.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
The place is
like-
under construction, but there's no construction machinery.
Yeah, you can't build stuff like this with a hammer.
Yeah, maybe there's some tax stuff or something, like when taxes get involved and then no one can go in. Either that or maybe they just weren't working on the day when whatever happened here happened.
Well, I don't remember seeing any big machinery at the airport or at the back at our bungalow, or even a place to
Yeah.
put them. So maybe one of the down one of those roads we'll find
them.
something. Maybe.
Maybe.
But
Let's take a look at this.
yeah, let's look and see if we can find some paperwork or something.
Yeah. Let's take a peek.
So we're gonna head into the unfinished bungalow office tool store thing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're looking around for any sorts of like paperwork or anything along those lines.
Any information, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will say this is actually easy enough. You won't need to roll for it. Seeing the tools that have been strewn about. There's a few of them on the floor that are resting on the floor. Some on a table. And you move along to another section of the bungalow that would have been kind of the kitchen area. And you do find what appear to be blueprints that have been rested out on the table and spread out.
Great.
Yeah, great. I'm not. Are any of you used to looking at blueprints? I'm not familiar, but I could figure it out.
I'm pretty good with figures and stuff. I'm not good at looking at blueprints, though. Gareth, you've done construction stuff, right?
Yeah, but I mean, not like,
Not like this.
somebody says put a nail in that, and I do it.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's there.
How about we all just bend over it? Maybe we'll all see something different because they're like the big blueprints, right? They're not.
Yeah, they're
little
the
pieces.
big old sheets.
Big one. Yeah.
Take a look at it.
Let's roll them out and take a look.
All right. Rin, how's your academics?
None academic.
All right. I would also accept. I would also accept crafts.
Nope.
All right.
I mean,
well,
I have one in each of those, but
Hey, that's our
You
guy.
are our guy. Because I have 0.
All right. Well, everyone looking over this. Gareth, if you would like to give me a intelligence and crafts check, and Bryn and Cass, you can give me an intelligence and either academics or crafts, your choice.
That's gonna be a chance roll, I think. Intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take it. You never know.
Yeah, you've
I'm a
succeeded
chance
on
roll,
chance
too.
rolls before.
It's an 8.
Nope.
there'll be one success.
All right. Now, looking over these blueprints, Bryn and Cass, you're just like, well, I see the walls. I see numbers. I'm guessing the measurements for walls. I don't know why these lines are red. I don't know why these are blue. I'm done. And Gareth, you're kind of able to, though you don't understand absolutely everything on there, you are able to weed through the code that is blueprints for a building, and can see the base layout of what is supposed to go where, how these are built. And yeah, these are very clearly being built kind of on the cheaper end. It looks like they're going for the facade, make it look good, but not necessarily be good. But with all these blueprints, you do notice something strange about them. Um, Most of these bungalow blueprints are not including a basement of any sorts. However, flipping through all of these, you find towards the very bottom a similar set that, for all purposes, look the same as the blueprints of the top. They could have just been another version of these bungalows. But those do include a basement. And looking over, you can see headed at the top of that set, it says Design B.
So, if you look at, I'll indicate the difference to the others. So, if you look at the difference between these designs, most of them, well, they don't have a basement section. This one does, which leads me to believe that Design B is the design of where we woke up.
I mean,
In the design, can I...
Well, he might be able to do something.
we'll wait for a second. Joys of doing virtual shows, you guys.
Suddenly, Gareth
internet.
stops moving. There we go. No worries, you just froze for a second there.
Sorry, I thought I'd keep talking just in case people could hear me, but I was like, oh, yeah, that's definitely...
You never
So-
know.
Yeah, what I was asking was, is there anything in the design B that might indicate what is behind that door that we haven't been able to open yet?
Good question.
Well, it appears as though you can see the basement design, and you see the stairs leading down. You see, you don't quite fully grasp the intricacies of the wiring and whatnot, but you can see the layout. And there does appear to be a moderately sized room underneath the stairs. It doesn't have any labeling on it as for what it is for. But there is a clear place where a door is going to be installed, and you can see where the security is installed. And you can see there's a small room big enough for a couple of people to fit in, almost like a large broom closet, if you will, under the stairs.
As in, under the stairs leading down into the bunker.
Yes.
Weird.
Man, I
But our
can't help
little-
but feel that the Wizard of Oz is hiding behind that stinking door, and that door is the curtain. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's down in the same area we were. I mean, if you think about it, the bungalow we were in, it's weird, right? So we're down here in the bungalow section, right? And if just generally looking around, do I see any of the other ones around here? Do any of them look like they have stairs going down through the foundation towards what might be a basement, just at a glance?
I mean, at a glance from where you are, it's really hard to tell. Most of the walls of these bungalows have been constructed, so
Okay.
you'll have to take a walk around of each one to check.
I want to do that here in a second with you guys. I think we should just all of us go look and see if any of the rest of these have basements, because I would bet money that none of them do. The one we were at was weird.
Well, and I also with the
It's all gone.
blueprints, do we see any names, any you know how like sometimes they'll have the project name or the company or the
The
is
name
there
of the
anything?
architect.
Look for the
Architect.
last name, for a name that has DALL in it.
Is there
We found
anything
that
like
name tag in the one we were in.
DALL. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there was this jumpsuit that had DALL on it. Maybe that's whose bungalow it is. I don't know. I feel like this one's for guests. I don't know. Ours is just gone from the rest of these. It's weird.
yeah, gonna check for names.
Okay. Yeah, as you are perusing over these, you do notice a construction name. In particular, Regent Construction is a name that appears on all of these. Aside from that, you don't see anything else. You do actually find on the on the back one, on design B, flipping through and perusing over these, attempting to find as much detail as you can. On one of them, rather than saying design B, it actually says VIP bungalow.
The one with the basement, or
Yes.
one of the ones with the
So-
basement.
There's 3 designs.
So there's 2 designs. Design B, for the most part, are all labeled as Design B, but you find one of them that, rather than saying Design B, says VIP bungalow.
VIP bungalow. So we could, because ours could be VIP bungalow or could be one of the Design Bs. That means there's another one potentially.
Potentially.
Wow. Is there with the blueprints, do we see any key cards or anything like that?
On the table, you have not found any sort of key cards similar to like the security card that you found earlier. Nothing like that is lying around.
And no name tags or anything.
No, you aren't seeing anything like that.
Okay. Oh, I want in that room. Okay. Well, neat.
Let's do a quick check of the other bungalows, because I think we should find either the VIP bungalow or the other bungalow, the one with the basement, similar to ours, because maybe that door's open and we can figure out what's behind it, or someone left a key card or something.
Or maybe at the very least we can get like an idea for, I don't know, shape of the room. I don't know. Oh, this place is so weird. Oh, I hate it. Okay.
While we check through places, storyteller, just so you're aware, I'm just going to be like constantly keeping an eye out for things that either are actual parts and things I might need to use to fix up the truck, or at least something that I might be able to improvise into a replacement.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're going to head out and start looking at all the other structures just to see if we can find another one with a basement
All right.
in this area.
So you've got you've got the one that you're in, and essentially these are arranged in pretty much a circle, if you will. So you can see a pretty decent pattern that you can make a pretty quick checklist of. All right, we can do one, then the other, then the other, then the other. And if the one that you're in, it has already been cleared out as being the one with tools in it. Are you all just kind of going in a circle to get through all 8? Are you gonna split up and check them? What are your plans?
Will you remind me?
Mhm.
Will you remind me what time of day it is?
So let's see here. You woke up. You didn't do much else at your bunker. It was the morning. You had some foods. You got up and decided to walk to the crossroads, and from there decided to come over here. So you're looking at maybe 10 o'clock.
Oh, great.
So you've got
We have
time
time.
on your hands, but obviously it will take longer to check each of these one at a time.
Let's split up.
Yeah,
I
say
mean,
No, I'd
we're,
hate all that
yeah,
noise.
we're still reasonably close together.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
within shouting distance.
Scream if you're dying. If you're dying. I guess. Okay.
All right. So let's make this quite easy for you. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the one that you're in right now, we'll call number 1, and you've got 2 through 8 to check. Who's going where?
I'll do 6 and 7.
All right.
I'll do 2, 3, 4.
So I'll do 5.
And 1?
Yeah, and
You wanna do
1.
1?
I'll do 1.
5 and 1.
All right.
Math is hard.
That wasn't
was
even
like-
maths. That was literally counting.
It just, guys, my academics are not great.
No. Once again, here at the Adventures Pack, our academics are great. That's
great.
All right. So rather than explaining in exorbitant detail what each of you find, let's go ahead and give a investigation from each of you.
Just straight investigation?
Intelligence and investigation for me.
Ooh.
And I know where you all are, and I know how much time that has taken now.
Do I get my special?
Not for this one, no.
Not for this one. Okay.
That'll be 2 successes from me.
All right.
1 from me.
1 for me.
All right. So, in the checking of each and every one of these, you're able to get a pretty thorough investigation, and you each go in and you can see very quickly that these are all cookie cutter, made to look pretty much the same. You step in, and immediately to your left is the small entryway living space with the mantelpiece where television might be hanging, leading into then the kitchen with a back patio. To your right, you can see where the bedroom will be, and the hallway that has, as far as you know, the bunker door. You each, though, notice that in place of where a bunker door might be, there's a set of shelves inlaid into the wall. Now, with Cass checking 2, Bryn checking 2, and Gareth checking 2, in order to get a 3. In order to get a thorough investigation, well, how thorough do you want to be? You have each found bookshelf or a shelf inlaid into the wall that appears to have nothing on it.
I mean,
Bryn, you seem to be muted.
Apologies. If the shelf does not look like a false shelf, then
Yeah, and here we'll do this way. Bryn, we're going to start with you. So,
okay. If the shelf doesn't look like a false shelf, I'm not going to go too much further. Like, if I've got a pretty good lay of the land and it looks like what it looks like, I'm going to move on.
okay.
So if I find anything unusual, I'll stop. But if I don't, I'm going to keep moving.
Looking into at the shelf, you don't look at it and go, "Aha! That is a false shelf." Nothing screams at you about that. But at the same time, false shelves are typically not made to scream at you that they are.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna push on it. Like the first one I find, I'll just kind of push on it and look at it, kind of see if there's anything unusual about it.
Okay.
And then past that one, I'll probably just leave it alone.
Yeah. You push and shove. Doesn't seem to move. You look around for latches. With your investigation check, you don't see any latches on either side. It seems to be fine.
If I don't find it on one, I probably won't look too hard at the others.
All right. So, as you move on to the second one and don't look too terribly hard, Cass, in the first bungalow that you come to, again, you see all of the same structure there. This one, it looks as though the space itself is not fully completed. It's mostly the exterior shell and the foundational walls on the inside. There is no sense of furniture that's in there. There's no siding that has actually been put up. None of the false bamboo, and the glass doors that would create the balcony are actually not there. And where you would see the door again, it seems to be a section that's been cut away. There's two support beams, and as you look over there, there's no stairs leading down.
There's no, there's not a hole or anything.
There's not a hole. There's no. Beneath it, you find solid concrete.
Solid concrete. What kind of floor am I? Because you said I have the foundation, and then I have the. Is there flooring, or is it like a concrete floor without anything?
At the moment, it's concrete without anything on top. This is one of the more unfinished ones, though the main structure is there. You can see between some of the walls on the inside.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick peek around each of the rooms just to see if anybody left anything, like a name tag or some paperwork or anything. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, checking through. You do a fairly solid comb through, and it doesn't look as though there's any sort of tools, any sort of identification. You go into where the bathroom is going to be, and you can see that the plumbing has been laid, but there is no appliances of any sorts in just yet. And that's most thing of note that you find.
Right.
All right. Garrett, as you're checking through, your first, the first bungalow is very similar to the one as just described to Cass. With, however, yours actually does have the soft wood paneling of the floor that has been laid down. The walls are not fully finished. But the new flooring has actually been put in. Looks like most of everything of the shell of this bungalow exists. And with yours, there is indeed an inlaid bookshelf. And with your investigation check, looking over where you think that a false door might be, you find no latches, no hinges, no way of moving it. And over the course of the three of you searching all 8 of these bungalows, it appears as though these are of design A.
Alright. Rejoin the others. Anybody find anything?
This
Nothing.
is nope.
Me neither.
This is really standard, I guess. This is just where they were gonna build guests, like guest houses and stuff, like VIP bungalow.
Maybe if they were building a VIP bungalow, they'd do that first and do that somewhere not near anybody else. Because if you're VIP, you want privacy, right? You don't want anybody in your business. I wonder if they're down one of those paths that we passed.
Maybe
That's
if
what
there's
I'm
another
thinking.
one.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like that's what we're in, guys. It's
That we're in the VIP?
yeah.
Well,
It's
why
gotta
would you
be.
put a VIP bungalow with a maintenance shed? Right?
I don't know, but
Like,
it's
maybe
gone
we're-
for everybody else.
But maybe we're just design B, and then they use that for a. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's just.
I honestly don't. I know.
So, I think we should start, since we're here and we got the golf cart, I think we should start going down the paths and just checking them off one at a
Yep.
time. and just see what's down there, because we're looking for machinery somewhere, looking for a VIP bungalow maybe, or an office or something.
Yeah.
Process of elimination.
Yeah. There's got to be something.
There's gotta be. I mean,
Well, here's what we do know. It's very unlikely that there's nothing down those paths, so we'll find something.
at the very least, more construction sites, right? I mean,
Somebody's got to have left something that says who they are, who's been here.
I'm sorry. I don't like not being able to figure something out. It bothers me.
Maybe we'll find a kennel where those crazy wolf things were.
Where do they
I mean,
sleep?
at this point.
Where do they sleep? All right. I'll get back up on the golf cart.
Yeah.
This place just, I don't know. How many details did you give us, Gareth, about what you found on the blueprints?
I would have I will have relayed everything.
Okay. So, if they were building these, they had a little bit more of a facade to them. I remember looking at the airport and thinking it was pretty solidly classy, right?
Yes. The airport
Yeah.
itself was pretty well put together.
Pretty well put together, right? I mean, the resorts in Vegas, like, when you're looking at them a lot of times, you can tell they're kind of chintzy. They're like, faux fancy on top of just a regular hotel, right? So why go big in the airport and go chintzy out here?
Well,
a little
maybe-
bit?
I mean, the airport's the first place you see.
Yeah,
Right. And
exactly.
if you fly in there and it looks like crap and you're expecting a
You might
luxury
leave.
place, you're going to turn right back around. You're not going to
Yeah.
even leave the airport.
I guess I just think it's funny that's where that ended, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I mean, it could be any number of reasons. Like, plenty of projects like start running out of money halfway through, and they have to cut corners.
I don't
Well, and
know. I
maybe
guess
this
I'm
is-
also
this-
spending time trying to figure out the business acumen of the people who kidnapped me, and I'm going to start driving.
And with that word, just the cart begins to go off rather suddenly. It's got some nice torque to it, especially with the quick hit of the gas pedal there.
I've just lived such a normal, boring life to avoid, exactly this.
Well, I can tell you from experience, things could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
So,
Couple more minutes drive, and you, heck, even less than that, and you get to that first branch off of the main road, heading to a potentially another bungalow. Now coming at it from the other side, you would have to make somewhat of a strange hairpin turn and actually come back a little bit of the ways. Clearly, you're not meant to head onto the road from these other bungalows, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
Which ones you heading to, left or right?
Left. I'm driving, I go left.
All right. Turning left onto this this road that varies off of the main, and again, just about a minute and a half goes by with the newfound decent speed of your electric go-kart, a golf cart. You come up to another much smaller clearing. No construction material, no floodlights, no garage, but what appears to be a completed bungalow.
Aha!
VIP.
Hopefully. Let's go take a look. I'll pop off and go take a look.
Okay.
Before we head inside, I'd like to see if I can look in through any of the windows. Just try and get a sense of what's inside.
All right. So, Bryn heading through front door. Gareth heading around to one side to take a peek in. Looking in, it's decently dark on the inside. It's not pitch black, but there don't appear to be any lights on the interior. The only lighting source is from natural lighting. And as soon as Bryn opens up the door, more light spills in, and you can see from the outside an empty kitchen area that, though finished, is not furnished. You can see the plumbing. You can see where appliances, some appliances might go. You can see that there is indeed the small stovetop, but you don't see table or chairs. You don't see the little couch. You don't see a side table. And Bryn, as you open up the door, looking in, you can see the small living area, but again, the built-in mantelpiece, no table, no decorations. And again, though finished from the outside, the thing that immediately strikes you is that this is entirely unfurnished on the inside. To your right, looking over, you can see a hallway with a room at the end, what would be the bedroom if it's anything like the bungalow where you woke up. And in that hallway, where the large metal security door for you all is, you see a set of inlaid shelves.
Oh, these shelves are gonna drive me frickin' bananas.
However, can I get a wits and composure from you, Bryn?
Sure.
Don't worry, no danger sense on this.
Oh, I don't have danger sense, so
Well, in that case,
that's
They
the
would
other
die
people.
and no one would know.
1. As you look at this set of shelving, thinking, this is it, this is going to be the death of me, you do notice there is actually one piece of art on the shelf, on the section closest to you. You almost missed it because of its proximity to the wall, but there is one thing on the shelf.
Oh, what is it, please?
It looks like a small metal picture frame, and it's just a freestanding picture frame that's been placed on the shelf. Doesn't seem to have a picture in it.
Okay. I'll flip it over on the back. Does it look like it's...
As you go to reach for it to move it, it's on there. It does not move.
Hey. I'm gonna look for a secret thing. I'm looking for the trick. Where's the trick?
Glad you asked. The trick is, give me an intelligence and investigation.
Not larceny?
It's
okay.
Yeah, I'd let you do larceny on this.
Yes!
Always ask. Always ask.
Alright, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Taking a look at this thing, you aren't able to move it, but you look behind and you actually see a little bit of wiring, and is inlaid into the back of the frame and goes along the little back stand and then goes into the wooden shelf. Looks like a metal, or it looks like an electric wire.
Okay. Does it look like this is a switch? Like something that needs to be switched by moving it, or...
No, it does not. It looks as though the frame itself might be a locking mechanism.
Okay, yeah, it's not a lock. So it's a locking mechanism. It's not a camera. I was curious. I'm guessing it was one of those two things. I was guessing it was either a locking mechanism or a camera. So
It is
it's
not
a
a
locking
camera.
mechanism. Okay. Can I move it at all? Is there like a, you turn it to the side?
No, it is solidly on there. It looks as though it's been bolted onto the shelving.
I got. I want to keep looking at it, guys. I think this is a secret wall.
So I
Uh,
hear Bryn getting all excited, so I run in too.
Okay.
Guys,
fine.
secret wall, secret wall, secret wall. This is a locking mechanism. This is a secret. This is going to open something. This guy's got wires going through the wall. Oh, this is a thing. Yes,
I would like
finally.
to try. I will take the ID card that we found previously,
Yes.
and I will put that in the frame.
Hey, please, 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 please.
You take the ID card that you found at the security at the airport and place it up against the frame, and you hear a soft beep beep.
Oh, yes.
The bookshelf.
Finally. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
this is great.
So it's moved
So
in.
so it's not like opened. It's like this is a thing that we have to like push open, presumably.
Yeah.
Looks as though, yeah.
I would
All
like
right.
to do that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Pushing it inwards, but immediately you do get that feeling of this door is different. This is not the same sort of door that you have used in your space. Similar. So pushing it open, you head on, and you can see that there is a similar set of stairs leading down into what appears to be a concrete room.
Yes.
It is incredibly dark.
Oh God.
There's a soft ray of light coming through. But with your eyes currently adjusted to the daylight of the outside, looking down, it is black with just a beam of light.
I don't suppose any one of us found a flashlight in this construction site at any point.
No, I didn't see one.
Hell. Finally find secrets if we can't look down there.
If the switch worked, then there must be electricity running to this
Scott?
building.
Storyteller.
I
We
also
can't
go by
know your
Scott.
name. Storyteller. Is my unseen sense going off at all though?
It is not.
Guys, I don't think there's anything down there, and I'm gonna start walking down.
And I'm gonna follow and look for a light switch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring up the rear.
Stepping down
Just
in,
got a feeling there's no wolves down here.
stepping down into the darkness, you are heading towards that beam of light, and it's illuminating the stairs, so Bryn, you're not like tumbling over your feet, and Cass feeling against the wall looking for a light switch. You do find, actually in a very similar place to your own bunker, a metallic panel, and as you feel it, there appear to be buttons to press, but no light switch of any sorts. With you all walking down, Gareth bringing up the rear, your eyes slowly begin to adjust. It is incredibly dark, but Bryn, with you leading up the front, you can see the light is coming through a similar window off in the far corner, same size, bringing in daylight. Looking at the top of the ceiling, you don't see much. It's getting super dark. But as your eyes slowly begin to adjust, you can see where the fluorescent tube lights are. Looking around, you see no cots, no shelves, no furnishings of any sort. And with a little more time, your eyes adjusting, you can make out the wall that creates the other side of the stairwell. And looking over, you can see something odd about the wall, just at where the hidden door in your own basement is.
Okay.
Where
So this basement seems less kidnappy, but still has a hidden door.
well, as you're looking along the wall, it looks as though the hidden door is actually open. You can see a bit of the concrete wall actually jutting out, and even more pitch black beyond it.
Oh boy. Storyteller, same question. Any of my unseen
I'll
sense?
tell
Do I
you.
feel like this place is dangerous?
I'll tell you when it goes off.
Sweet. Okay. I hurt my shoulder the last time I tried this door, you guys. Maybe we should all group effort, team effort, you guys. Friends.
Let's see
Kidnap
what's
buddy.
behind door number 2.
Yeah.
Approaching this door, now that you've spent a little bit of time down here and your eyes are adjusting, and with that beam of light, there is actually a light source, so you are able to adjust fully to the room. You can see there is a card reader to the right of this opened door, and it is indeed an opened door. It has pushed out towards you slightly, and it is incredibly thick. There is a layer of metal about yay thick, like half of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, with then a bit of an ingress into it, and then a thick layer of concrete behind that.
Why build bunkers on an island that have a frickin' panic room in them? I'll say as we're trying to open it.
I'd like to... Firstly, not my camera, apparently. I'd like to take my crowbar and try and, pry it open a bit more, so we're not just purely using our physical strength.
Yeah, you can very easily with the crowbar get it in there and pull, and it moves surprisingly easily and silently, as if on a well-oiled hinge, and just moves open.
Is it something that one person could move by themselves?
I'd say with Gareth having done some leverage on it, it swung open. It is now fully open.
And what is on the other side?
Yes.
On the other side, looking in, is a small room about 4 feet deep. And looking under, it goes the whole length of the stairwell. And in here, it appears to be empty.
There are no windows, no, it's just 3 concrete walls and a door.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Okay.
nothing in it.
This one appears to be empty, yes.
This is maddening.
Question, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Storyteller Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Why? So in a resort. Scott, why everything? Why are we on that? No, let's start there. But really,
Yes.
do I know? Since I've spent my entire adult life in resorts. Have I
Yes.
ever seen a VIP room with a freaking panic door? Like, what does this make any damn sense to me?
And then why have inside your panic room? Why have an extra little secret room?
Yeah, why have double panic room?
This doesn't make any sense.
And then I want to look at the the inside of the door and along the wall. Is there any way that if someone is locked in there, they can get out? Or is it only opened from the outside?
Looking on the inside, it does appear as though there is, on the opposite side of where the keypad would be, a actually just like a turn lever.
So if you were inside the room, you could just turn the lever and open the door, supposedly.
Looks like that might be the case. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and there's no. I bet there's not. Are there any windows in the panic room within the panic room in the panic room section? Are there any windows
No, there
inside
are
that
no.
thing?
There are no windows inside the thing.
Frick. Oh, I was really hoping I could climb through one of the windows into this room and open it for you. Oh, I suppose that wouldn't be a very good panic room if it had windows I could climb in, but
Yeah, because
Wanted
it
it.
just, like, I was thinking maybe it could be a place where, you know, if someone has some freaky, like, kidnappy fetishes or something, they could, like, put their victims in the room and lock them in and the victim can't get out, like that kind of thing. But if there's a lever in there so that they can get out, then that doesn't make any sense.
but why build a resort with kidnap rooms?
Well, why kidnap 3 people and bring them to a resort? So it just, it makes me think, what they have to be related somehow, right? Like they have to be related. I mean, we've seen that movie. What is it? Oh my gosh, Hostel, where the kids are in.
Oh God, don't
Europe
bring
and then
that
get
movie
kidnapped
up.
and put into a thing.
We're
and
not
people
in
pay money to
Hostel,
like kill
are
them.
we?
Well, there's no people around. Like maybe that's, I don't know. I'm just saying there's
Look.
sick people in the world, and this could
Wh-
actually happen.
We're not going to find out anything by standing here speculating. How about we try one of the other, assuming that there
Yeah.
are other bungalows like this? How
Yeah.
about we try another one? Maybe
That's a
it'll be
great
different.
idea.
You
That's a
know-
great idea.
Weird. Okay, so the security card that you have, right, doesn't work on ours.
No.
Why does it work on this one? Why? Let's go look at some of
Well-
the others, and if it works on that one, then I have greater questions about why the security card would work on others, but not on
Actually,
ours.
Can
Does
I
the
try the
ID
card? Can I try the card on the card reader by this door?
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, how are you doing this? Are you like all stepping out of the room, closing the door? Or are you
Yes.
just doing it? as
Probably
it is?
safer for us to
I
step
would
out of the
prefer
room
you to
and
not
close the
lock
door.
me into this room.
Well, do we need to close the door to see if it works? Because it just
That's
be-
true. I guess we don't.
just in case.
All right, I'll try it with the door still open.
All right. As you take the security card, place it up against the reader, there is the beep.
All right, so we know that this card, it will work on like the first layer of secret door, but not the second.
Why? Why do you? Oh, this vexes me. Why
Okay.
put up
Well,
on the
maybe
inside?
you know how like when you rent beach houses and stuff, like you rent it for a week and you stay.
Yeah.
People lock their possessions in like a closet or a room that's locked.
Yeah, but like,
Maybe they were thinking that could be a thing, but they
Uh,
used the key cards.
again, question. My question still stands. Do anything like this ring any stinking bells?
Yes. So, I mean, the idea of panic rooms existing in, like, within a typical hotel with like a high-end suite, not so much. However, it isn't outside the realm of possibility of places with private homes or like
Yeah, but-
standalone structures that are catered to a higher end clientele to have not necessarily a panic room, but like a definitely large safes, and in some cases rooms through which you need a key to enter. So like a safe room.
A secure area.
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe, if thinking through that, then maybe the card, because you found this, we found this on a body, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so hear me out on this one. These places are still all under construction, right? Maybe that card is given to the guests only.
Which
Right.
card?
The card that opens this door, right?
The
So
bottom basement door,
the,
or
the panic room within the panic room. Maybe that, or
is just for the guests.
is just for the guests, because if these rooms are still, if all these bungalows and all of the airport and all of that is still under construction, there are no guests here.
Yeah.
The people that we've found so far, all those bodies, those were people who were working here.
Yeah.
So maybe
So-
they don't have access to those rooms, and it's only given to the people who are renting the place. So
Well, the card's got to be somewhere because when
gotta
the
be
guests
somewhere.
come,
we got to find the person whose room that is.
or like the main office or something.
Yeah, maybe the main office has like a master one that opens even those, because
Yeah.
usually if there's like, unless this is an extremely shady place with kidnap basements, usually the hotel still is able to access all the safes at any given time. Particularly, it's just usually they don't hand those out to anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe that, or we got to find the person whose bungalow we're in.
I think we should do what Garrett suggested, and I think we should go down the other paths and see if that illuminates anything else. Because, we could talk about this all day.
Yep, and I'm up the stairs.
Okay. Heading up the stairs.
I will return to the golf cart.
All of you heading towards the golf cart, loading in, and heading off back to the main road with 5 more of these potential roads to go down.
Investigating them forever. The next most left one, please.
Well,
Storyteller.
Should we do the right one that's like right across so we can
Yeah,
just keep moving down?
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what I mean. Also, yeah, the next most left.
All
So the closest one.
So just making your way kind of across, Benny hilling these, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, one of us will go down one road and come up the other road, even though we didn't do that in the visual shot, and then we'll run into each other.
If only this was Scooby-Doo. Those meddling kids.
I know.
No.
So, as we're driving. So, Cass, what got you into being a, marshal?
U.S. Marshal?
That's a career path. It's awful specific.
Well, my family's always been involved in police departments and the military and politics and stuff, so it's kind of a family trait, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
Close to your family then. Honestly, I'm just filling the silence. We've been very, very quiet the last few days, and I'd actually like to maybe know the people I'm kidnapped with in case I die with you guys, and that'll feel nicer.
No, that's fair. Nope, I wouldn't say I'm close with them. But it's the world I know and what I'm used to. And yeah. So you work in casinos, right? Like,
Yeah.
how'd you get into that?
Well, I've been working in casinos since I was 21, actually.
21.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Well, some version or another of this.
Being kidnapped?
No, work in security. I know how to cheat at cards, and so I usually am pretty good at telling if other people do as well. So
Did they catch you cheating?
Yeah. Once. Only once. dumb kid move. I was real broke, and I was a student, and my mom couldn't really afford all the tuition and stuff, and I'd always watch. I knew how, so I always liked magicians and watching all the tricks ever since, and all the specials ever since I was a little kid, watching David Copperfield specials and stuff, and so I just really got into knowing how to do it, and I got this dumb idea that I could just make enough money for the semester, and that was a dumb idea, but
Well, you're lucky you still have your kneecaps.
I really am, huh? No, the lady who ran security at the time, she did good by me. She saw me, and I don't know, maybe saw I was a good kid or something. I don't know, but she took pity on me when I was literally out in the street on the outside, so kicked me out. But it's been a good gig, and I'm good at it. I don't play cards anymore, but
I would hope not.
once was enough.
Well, now we know. Don't play cards with you if we find any.
Don't. Sorry, I needed that serotonin rush.
Gareth,
Second
what
time
about
today, I've just started laughing. Oh boy. Oh boy.
What was that, Cass?
Oh, I was like, well, what about you? You've heard our stories.
Yeah, heard our crap. Tell us about you, Gareth.
Not much to tell. What you see is pretty much what you get. I mean, obviously not from here originally, but
Yeah.
been here. Well, I say here, I mean the States. Been here about 10 years. Kind of moving about, picking up work here and there, and, doing stuff that needs doing.
What brought?
Yeah, why are you here?
Yeah, what brought you to the States?
Our excellent healthcare system, I'm sure.
Study, like, I was a university student for a little while there, studying
Hey.
in the Big Apple, New York.
You say was? Did you drop out?
Kicked out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, close enough. High five. Didn't finish. High five.
Return the 5.
What'd you do?
That kind of cliche for when you get like kicked out of school for having an inappropriate relationship.
Mm.
Oh.
But then that was my visa gone, but didn't much feel like going back to old Blighty, so I just kind of
So
yeah.
you decided to stay under the radar.
Oh.
I have been with no fixed permanent address for some time.
Hey, I'm with the marshals. We don't handle that stuff, so secret's safe with me.
Appreciate it.
You ever been kicked out of anything? I'm looking for something that unites us. Cass, have
Me?
you ever been kicked out of anything? Anything?
No.
Anything? No.
No.
Well, it was a fun idea. I imagine around this time we've finally gotten to the next one.
You have, as you approach the next bungalow, which is indeed finished. At this point, we're going to go ahead and take a break. So, we're going to take a 10-minute break, let our players and storyteller get some water, stretch their legs, do what they got to do. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to find out what is inside this and maybe the other bungalows and see exactly what our survivors are going to do as they progress onwards on Isla Palma. We'll see you in
Reveal
just a
your
second.
secrets, tiny house.
Let's now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Before we get diving back into anything, I just want to take a quick second. This is one of our shows that we don't actually have a whole bunch of audience interaction, and I want to say hello to everyone in our audience. Thank you for being here. We hope that you're enjoying this. If you are enjoying this, you can check out past episodes of this series over on our YouTube channel. The past content has expired here on Twitch, but we have them saved and over on YouTube if you would like to catch up. Also, if you're enjoying this, consider giving us a follow. It would mean the world to us. We are aiming for 250 followers is our current goal, and we're so very close. If you want to be the one to get us there, you could do it, and it would be fantastic. Also, I want to give a big old thank you to our patrons. You're all amazing. You know who you are. We love you. You can also follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are on TikTok now as well. Haha.
Oh yeah, we have a TikTok.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
know.
I've posted 2 videos.
We're working on it.
Yeah, I'm
We're
learning.
TikTok babies. We're TikTok
fair.
babies. We're working on it. We're figuring it out.
But anyway, that is that. Just want to say thank you. And yeah. So with that, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, having arrived now at the second of the 5 remaining bungalows, I will make this as short and sweet as I can for them. You arrive at this one. It is a completed bungalow. Giving a brief check of it, you find the same interior, unfurnished, except for a small frame on the bookshelf in the exact same place. Click, click, the door opens, and you find a new room. This one darker. There is no beam of light. However, short investigation leads you to see that the window on the outside is actually not facing the sun at the moment, so there's not as much light coming through. But aside from that, it is the same room. The small security door is propped open, ever so slightly ajar, almost the same ajar as the last one.
Okay, guys, that's a manufacturer setting right there is what that is. That is just where they leave it open because they're still working on it.
Yeah. Just to be safe, I'm gonna take the crowbar again, pry the door all the way open.
And hinging open silently, as a very similar empty room on the other side.
That means that ours was locked on purpose, and there's something back there that... I'm telling you, that Wizard of Oz, he's hiding behind that curtain.
Do you guys remember a picture frame?
No.
On the top of ours, no, because we looking as we come back up to the top of the stairs. Is there a keypad like there is on ours or anything?
On the inside of the door, there is a keypad. On the outside, there is not a keypad. And thinking back, there is a very clear metal door for you on the outside.
Yeah.
There's no
It's
bookshelf.
Right.
It's a door.
It's a door.
Yeah, we didn't have to go searching for the door the second time we came back in. It didn't look like a secret fancy library door.
No, we would have noticed that.
I mean, if this is a VIP bunker or a B bunker, and ours is similar to that, right? And ours was by the maintenance area, and there's a name tag in it, and there was furniture in it, and the only people living here are employees. Then that's it. There's no need for facade. That's an employee's.
Right.
Yeah.
Like somebody who works here, probably a prominent person who works here, lives in one of those.
It's just so weird having this. I mean, I get maybe ours, the one that we woke up in is an earlier model, one that they tried to make sure that it works. Since
Maybe.
it doesn't have the who, I'm just
I know
very
that could also
confused.
be a possibility. That maybe it's like their floor model, and then they upped it to make it look fancier this time.
Maybe this place is like Jurassic Park. They know there are dinosaurs, so they built in a bunker just in case. But instead of dinosaurs, it's like evil creature
Evil
thing.
mutant wolves.
So they were just planning ahead.
Man, the Jurassic Park thing just keeps coming back to bite us, doesn't it? Okay.
I mean,
I know. I know the next time that something starts like chirruping at us, we'll just know it's poisonous.
we'll just
Good
kick
lord.
it. Let's just keep on checking all the. I mean, we have what, 4 more different roads to check down. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe
Maybe.
something.
Maybe. Let's do it quick. We know what the deal is. No time to waste. Let's go.
Right.
All right. Leaving this place in speedy quick, heading back into the golf cart, heading on over, back across the road to now the original left, to the middle road. You find again a bungalow with the bookshelf and the picture frame, basement, open door, exactly open as before, and should you wish, prying into it, an empty room.
Everything looks the same.
The exact same.
Non-furnished.
Can't believe this crap.
On to the next. Because
I
I
guess
mean,
we
of
may as-
course, if
I mean, even if they are all exactly the same, we may as well just check off the other 3.
right, because if we skip one that just happens to have something.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, you check one, then the other, and the other, and with the sun decently high in the sky now, you find all 6 of these VIP bungalows to be in the exact same condition, ready to be furnished, with a strange panic room, with a safe room within the panic room, but nothing else. Bryn, you're driving this the whole time?
Yep. Yep.
give me-
We start edging a little bit closer to 15 miles an hour as I get more and more frustrated, and I just get quieter and quieter and just grumpier.
Okay.
But I'm
Ah.
not gonna cross it. I'm not gonna be dangerous. Just little bit of road rage.
A little bit of road rage.
Little bit of road rage.
As you approach the last one, I need 2 things from you, Bryn. One, I need you to give me a drive check.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
So it'll
Oh
be-
jeez.
Dexterity, drive, and +1 for the handling of the vehicle.
Okay. So we're gonna subtract that one because I'm unskilled in it.
Okay, so just a straight dexterity check then.
Great dexterity. Cool. Okay. 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so as you are really pushing down into that pedal and trying to get a little speedier and speedier, Gareth and Cass, sitting and holding on to this golf cart and look down at Bryn like, okay, okay, we get it, and you kind of take the corner into this last bungalow and skid ever so slightly. There's a bit of a bump as you catch some gravel, but the cart is standing, and you basically do a little island drifting here in a golf cart.
As I do that, I'll slow down. Once I realize I've done that, I will take a breath.
and as you're
Sorry.
Don't mess up our golf cart.
Nice
I
moves
know,
there,
we
Vegas.
Sorry. I'm real frustrated taking it out on the golf cart. I apologize, guys.
and as you are kind of collecting yourself and taking in that deep breath, can you give me a really quick with some composure?
Sure. I've got that rule memorized now.
There's a few that you'll get.
Yep. Ooh, 2 success.
2. All right, so you bring the golf cart to a stop, and you before getting out, you take a breath and you look down and you see the meter that looks like it's the charge of the golf cart, and
Oh yeah, I should have been watching that.
it was just above half when you got it. And from all the driving that you've done, it looks as though it's edged a little below the half.
Okay.
Though these things have been made to travel, it looks like this thing isn't necessarily for extended use.
Okay. I'll turn it off. Give it a breather. We'll just plug it in here in a little bit, maybe. Guy baby looks like it's starting to. Plug it in a minute. Be fine. Be fine. It's a trooper. It's a trooper. It's meant to handle tourists. It can handle anything.
All right. And checking in this last bungalow, it's the exact same. All of them have been checked off. Road rage abated. But now with newfound knowledge of this cart, it will help your travel, but it is definitely not going to get you all around the island without continual recharging.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, just to running out of ideas here. I mean, my next vote is we go to the resort proper, because at the very least that thing's probably gonna have some food in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think. How far away is the resort area from our basic understanding of where everything is? Is it something that we need to stop and charge the golf cart first to get there, or?
Yeah.
It's hard to say
Well,
without knowing the exacts of how long a charge on this thing will last.
Yeah.
With what you had seen from the watchtower, it's about equidistant from your bungalow, maybe a little bit farther from the airport to the resort on the bungalow. Or a little bit farther from the airport to the resort than it is from your bungalow to the airport.
Okay, so we have a couple of options. It's noon, right? Like somewhere around early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We can go and go back to the maintenance shed, see if we can get this golf cart juiced up a little bit, and then take it over to the resort.
Yeah.
There may be a way to charge it at the resort.
That's true.
The gamble.
That's true. Is there a way we can, if worst case scenario, if the golf cart dies, that we can take the battery out and take it with us? Is that a thing?
Solid question.
Yeah, did the battery look like it was removable?
From you looking into it, Gareth, yeah, it did look like you could pop it out, and the battery itself had a couple of straps on it, so clearly it can be moved, but it looks like it's not just a... It didn't look like it was just a couple of clips that would pull it out. Like, you've got to take a wrench to it, and it was bolted in there.
So if this baby dies, we can take care of it. It'll just be a real pain in the ass. Is what I'm hearing.
I mean, I'm down to give it a shot to get back to the resort and see if we can get there. Worst case scenario, it dies. We get to the resort, we look around, and then we hoof it back to our bungalow panic room before nightfall.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, worst case scenario, we've got these pitch dark bungalows. They're gonna be totally fine. Okay.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm here for it. I want to see what's in this place.
All right. So, taking the golf cart and heading back down the road from the bungalows back towards the airport takes you roughly it's about 20 minutes to get back to the crossroad. Or yeah, now with the go-kart or golf cart, it's about 15 minutes to get you to the crossroads. You head back and you can see the airport there off in the distance, and then almost a clear shot ahead of you now is the road that leads off to the resort proper. Heading down this road, knowing that you've got at least a 30-minute drive ahead of you, you begin to make your way. About 20 minutes into the drive, you see ahead on the road trees that have fallen.
I thought you meant an actual head.
Oh,
I was like, there's a head in the road.
That would be on par for our stay
I mean, yeah.
in La Palma. Just a head in the road.
I
No
was
forks.
like,
We got
oh
heads.
my god, there's a head.
Why not?
So this is like, it's not just that like some trees have fallen into the road and like you could probably go around them or whatever. It's like the road is blocked.
It's hard to say. From this far back, you can definitely see that trees have fallen, and you actually see rubble and rocks as well. You don't know how much of the road might be blocked by this, but you still got a bit of a ways going up. As you have progressed, you've actually noticed that the road has started sloping upwards and inland quite a bit. You can actually see the road to your right slopes down, and you can almost see a little bit above some of the trees. You're not very high up, but you've definitely gained a small amount of altitude. We're talking like 10, 15, 10 feet.
Well, I'm
But-
gonna go over
Mhm.
to the rubble and just look at it and like see how deep it is. And
Well, and this
guys,
is,
there's
like-
no heads. Oh, it's really
was-
far.
Oh yeah, this
I was
is a
going to
ways
say
away.
you find a head in the road. You find a head in the rubble.
No, this is
It's
kind
just
of
a
It's
rock.
a
as,
propensity
Fine.
for finding body parts.
I was so distracted. I didn't even know how far away it was.
this is kind of as you came to a crest on the road. You can see far off on the edge of it, beyond where the resort is, fallen trees and some rubble. It's gonna take you like with your go-kart. It's gonna take you like a minute. I keep calling it a go-kart. With your golf cart, it's going to
Very
take you
different
like
thing.
minute and a half to 2 minutes to actually like, get up to it. With your super high speed. But yes, so
Yeah.
continuing to approach. Can I get intelligence and investigations from the lot of you, kind of as you look over this new setting? Two, very nice.
4.
4.
Swell tonight, only one.
Only 1. All right. All of you can see that the trees have clearly been knocked down and are covering over this road. You could move them, and the road is not impassable, but it will take just a little bit of work to move things around. And if you really wanted to, you could probably take the golf cart off-roading.
Oh, I'm so nervous to do that though.
Cass and Gareth, you notice actually from this road tire tracks, not golf cart tracks, but tire tracks that have clearly swerved off from the road to the right.
Like to go around the fallen
Uh,
stuff, or like actually makes a right turn.
it looks like it could have been to avoid. It doesn't look as though it was just a right turn, especially as in that right leads to the side of the road where it slopes downwards. And then, Cass, you notice, with your 4 successes, to the left, you follow, kind of looking up, seeing, okay, well, this is where these trees fell. Looking beyond, you actually see a continuation of the falling trees. Oh, sorry, I've had this whole thing reversed. The car is on the left. Sorry about that, friends. The car has cracked. The car tracks go on the left, kind of go upwards, and the fallen trees that you are following. You see that it's not just the trees that were pushed over here. They continue onwards off of the road to the right down the hill.
So there's like a path of fallen trees down the right.
Yeah, it looks like a path. Doesn't look very much like it doesn't look like it goes very far. If anything, it's just a collection of trees that have just been obliterated, and seems that some of them have come onto the road.
Are we anywhere near the giant patch trees that we saw knocked down from the top of the control tower?
I mean, you do know that was on the road heading towards. It was by the right side of the road, heading towards the resort.
The trees, were the trees still attached to their roots, or are there stumps?
The ones on the road look like they've been totally uprooted. It looks as though a couple of them have been totally uprooted, and some of them, it's like parts of trees. And looking around, actually, on the road, you also see some bits of metal.
I check out. I mean, once we pull up to a stop, obviously, and we can get out.
Yeah, I'd
if
say
you guys are
at this point,
relating all this to me, I'm gonna
was kind of
stop.
as you notice all of this kind of as you all pulled up and looked over the scene.
I'd like to grab. Actually, no, maybe not grab. I'd like to get up closer to one of the bits of metal, and without touching it, see if I can just have a look at it and see what it might be from.
Sure. Give me an intelligence, and I might call this. I think this is going to be another intelligence investigation.
Okay. One.
1. Okay. It is clearly mangled. In many cases beyond recognition, but you do notice that parts of it that are not mangled, you actually see the outermost side of this. You flip it over, and there's one side that is kind of a darker, unfinished metal, and you can see a bolt coming through. That's just been, the whole underside has been chewed all to hell, and the sides are crunched in. But on the other side, where there's not pieces that have just been bent all out of shape, it is incredibly smooth and white. And you see where the bolt comes out of, but it's actually, it looks as though it is flush to the metal as well. You can see the small circular indent or around the edge where the bolt is. There's a slight bump to it, but not much.
Does that ring any bells to you? What that might be?
I mean, it could be a bunch of things.
Vehicle of some kind, probably.
Be a plane? Like, I don't know of a vehicle that can uproot trees.
We've said plane would make sense before.
Maybe we should check out where those tire tracks lead.
Maybe.
Should we do it on foot or off-road it with the golf cart?
I don't want to risk getting the cart stuck.
Me
No,
neither.
I agree. I'd rather walk, and then that way we have a faster getaway to get
Yeah.
back to our bungalow.
Oh boy. Because I mean, check me on this, storyteller. Because
Mhm.
it's been a couple weeks. We haven't found any planes yet, have we?
You have not, no.
How the hell did we get here? Okay. Yeah, let's go down those trees.
Okay.
Mm.
So, heading to the
I'm
left.
look down at my feet. I'm wearing dress shoes. This is gonna be dumb. All right.
Uh, who are you gonna impress, right? It'll be fine.
Nobody. I just don't want to fall on my ass in these things. Designed for carpet, not jungle. All right.
All right, so you're heading to the tire tracks to the left or the fallen trees to the right?
Tracks.
Tire tracks.
Tire
All right.
tracks.
So, heading off the main gravel road, you follow these tire tracks along, and it does appear as though they swerved away into the jungle now. And you don't actually have to go very far. You can see that the brush has been pushed aside, but it looks as though maybe it started to grow back, and maybe 20-25 feet off of the path, the road itself, you actually see a truck. You see the back end of a pickup truck.
Oh, yes. Come on. No whammies.
As you approach, come along to one side, and you can see that it must have been traveling very quickly and stopped very suddenly. The front end of it has been entirely mangled as it has crashed headlong into a tree. And looking inside, you can see, well, from the outside, you can see a cracked windshield. And looking in from one of the passenger side windows, you can see a body slumped over and blood smeared all through the inside of the windshield.
I have no authority to ask this question as far as my skills go, but does this body look like the bodies we found in the hotel? Were
Mhm.
they particularly decayed? Does this look like a similar amount of decay?
I mean, if you want to open up the car and take a look, it's impossible to tell from here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna go check it out,
Yeah.
and just see if maybe this person has some information, another key card, maybe to open the sketchy room.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
This is certainly more your wheelhouse than ours.
All right. Go ahead and give
Yeah.
me cast a wits investigation, and this will be with your specialty, we'll say.
Great. Two successes.
Okay. Looking in, the body inside seems to be wearing looks like a uniform of sorts. It doesn't look like it's a pilot's uniform or anything, but it's a white shirt, short sleeves, collared, now stained red, and khaki shorts, and tan shorts. It looks as though there was no seatbelt being worn by this individual, and when they stopped, face planted into this windshield, sudden death. You don't see a name tag on the body. Was there anything else in particular that you were wanting to keep an eye out for?
Is there on the shirt? Is there an insignia of some sort?
There is, yes, there is actually the same palm leaf insignia that is on the airport.
I'm going. I'm gonna check his shorts pockets to see if there's a wallet, and check, the if there's a side compartment or the dash to see if there's anything like that.
Yeah, all right. Checking in the glove compartment, you see owner manual. Um, doesn't seem to be anything else of any interest in there. Checking the pockets, there's not a you don't find any wallet. You do find it looks to be a small key ring. It's got a couple of keys on it and a small like plastic tab on it, and the barcode, or there's a barcode on the tab. So there's
Okay.
3 keys and a kind of the bits that you get when you join a membership club, and like, here, put this on your key ring for easy scanning. It's one of those.
Right. Okay. I was
Um,
thinking oh, is it a key fob? Great.
but that's about it.
And then,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just want to check one more thing, and then I'm
Yeah.
done. The key in the ignition, is it just a single key, or is it a group of keys?
It looks like there's just a single key. There is a key ring on it, and it's got a little tag on it. Looks like one of those plastic tags with a piece of paper, and handwritten on that piece of paper is truck number 4.
So that means there's more trucks. Guys, I think there's more
2
trucks.
more.
This is trucks number 4, so there's got to be 3 other ones. That's great. That's great.
That's good. That's good news. Does
Uh,
the body look? Actually, Gareth, you first.
Sorry.
There
I
you go,
was just
you
going to say, while Cass is like investigating the body, I'd like to try and. I mean, I'm assuming that, obviously the front end of this is pretty much a write-off, but I'd like to see if I can, firstly, find any like tools in the truck, and then see if like any of the parts are salvageable.
Gotcha. Yeah, in a quick investigation of the back of the truck, you won't need to roll for this. It's empty. There's no lockers or anything like that. And as far as salvageable parts go, that one I'll ask for a wits and investigation.
Got it. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. Well, you do notice the front end, though definitely mangled. You could probably use your crowbar to get up and under and see if there's anything salvageable under the hood. But without doing that, with everything that is needed, you do notice 3 perfectly good tires.
Yeah, but I have no way of removing them.
We'll have to come back with tools.
But we know it's here.
We know it's here. We know it's here. We know it's here. I guess that's maybe what we do now.
I'll see if I can get under the hood.
All right.
Well,
So really quick, I'll have you roll, and then we'll check in with Bryn. So for that, go ahead and give me a strength, and I'll say it can be either an athletics or a crafts, your choice, and I believe the crowbar will then give you 1 additional die on that roll.
Okay.
And all right.
1 success. I'm
1 success.
barely succeeding at all these things.
All right,
Me too,
you are
man.
able to kind of. You can't really get a solid grip on it from the ground, so you actually climb up onto the hood, and from there are able to get some leverage and actually pry open a side. It's less of actually popping the hood and more like can opening it. But from where you are able to get underneath the hood and take a look around. While you are looking around, Bryn, what was it that you wanted to do?
I was actually going to ask Cass. Cass, I don't know anything about bodies. Does this body look more or less decomposed than the bodies that we found in the airport? Did they maybe die around the same time? Was this guy running from whatever killed the people in the airport?
I mean, Scott, you've you can help me with that. My
Yeah.
gut's saying it's probably around the same time, few days.
You can give me a further intelligence and medicine check if you want to know more detail, but you definitely know for certain that this person, if they weren't already dead when their face hit the windshield, that would have 100% killed them.
Seems like that was the trick.
Yeah, but they're not like, they're still there. Like there's a body there. It's not a skeleton.
You didn't notice any other lacerations or anything along those lines. Yeah. So, Garrett, looking in, unfortunately, with the force that this truck took, a couple of the main salvage piece that you are hoping for under here looks like it's been destroyed. However, the timing belt is salvageable.
Marvelous. I'm going to take that and stuff it into my jacket.
All right.
You can probably put that in the
back of
golf
the
cart under the thing.
Takes you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Takes you a little bit of time, and actually give me a dexterity and crafts check just to see how quickly along. And if you have any tools at your disposal, did you bring along any sort of tools?
I mean, not really.
Okay, so it'll be just a straight dexterity and crafts based on the angle that you're having to get to. It's kind of tricky to get in. Normally I just say, "Yep, you got it," but
And it is smashed to bits. So
yeah.
one success.
Success. Whew. Yeah. So you are able to really kind of contort your arm into a place where you can get a hold of it, and it takes a little bit of work, far more difficult than this normally should be. But you've got yourself a timing belt for what looks to be the same make and model truck that you actually have back at the garage.
During this process, Cass and Bryn will probably be able to hear a lot of muffled cursing coming from under the hood.
And while he's doing that, quick question. Now that we've checked out the body and stuff, the truck, you mentioned that it is the same make and model as the truck back in our bungalow.
Yeah, I'd say it looks to be. And Gareth, with all of the work that you're doing under the hood, you know for certain, like, yeah, this is the same truck. And you all even see the same
Insignia.
yeah, the palm leaf.
Well, this poor son of a bitch was just trying to do his job.
I wonder if he was running from something, or
I mean,
trying. It just seems weird,
you said he didn't have his seatbelt on, right?
right? And you don't
Okay.
put a seatbelt on if you're panicking and trying to,
Yeah.
you know,
Or something happened very fast.
right?
Like he saw something really, really fast. Tried to avoid it. Tried to avoid it. You know, it's very odd to me that he swerved off the road pretty much right near those destroyed trees.
I was thinking
Maybe we'll
maybe whatever happened to knock all those trees down happened just as he was coming up on
Later.
that point.
No,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Maybe we see what we can find following that path of uprooted trees.
Yeah, let's take a look that way, because honestly, after that, I'm gonna maybe vote that we head back to the maintenance shed and grab some tools so we can get these tires.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I
and
bet
maybe
that truck will be able to.
Well, if it was a plane, there might be some tools on the plane, so we don't have to go back and come back. So yeah, I
That
mean,
would
I
be
think
neat.
that's a good idea.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
I'm sure this is implied, but just to make sure, the double, triple sure that this is definitely known. I definitely turned the golf cart off and took the keys when we left to go look at the truck.
Okay.
And I did not leave it running.
I will say I did not think that that was implied, but I will
But-
know
but-
that from now on.
I just want to be sure that it is now.
Basically, when we come back running from something, it's not going to be dead, is what
Yep.
she's saying.
Yeah, that I want to make sure that it is known. 'Cause, yeah. Anyway,
Okay. All right.
because of this kind of game. All right.
All right. Heading back to the road, you get to the other side, and you can look down. I think it said it's a little bit of a dip, and from exactly where you are, you can see that the clearing is farther off ahead. This looks like it was just the tail end of whatever happened. So you are going to have to kind of get off the road and kind of go down this. It's not a super steep incline, but Bryn has, after stated, not in the best climbing shoes.
Don't imagine. I mean, you guys are probably at least not wearing dress shoes. That's
Nope.
all right. That's okay. Got 6 more exactly like this same pair anyway at home. If I ever see home again, I'll be grateful for those shoes. All right.
Well, maybe we can find you some new shoes.
That would be neat. Maybe we'll
Um,
find some that aren't covered in blood, and luckily also my size.
Before we head down, I'll leave the timing belt in the golf cart
Okay.
storage bit.
Yeah, there's plenty of room with the battery and the cables. It fits nicely in with the cables. Okay. So, getting off the beaten path, as I said, Bryn, you definitely feel as though did not pick the right footwear for this, but it's not the sort of anything.
Preparing.
Yeah, and you're not under any sort of duress right now. There are no issues being had. You can be careful with your movement. You clamber down a wee bit into the underbrush of this tropical jungle, and doesn't take you very far before you can see immediately from starting a couple of uprooted trees, bits of trees that have fallen, and as you get off the road, or as you continue off of the road, you find the tail end of an aircraft.
There it is. Well, this couldn't have been the one we were on. We're not dead.
Yes, we get a bit closer, check it out.
As you
And
see
does
that,
it look like...
I was going to say, by the tail end of the aircraft, does it look like it's literally just the tail? Or does it look like it's long, where the windows are, where there are some seats?
yeah, from what you're seeing, you just see literally the tail section, but as you move through and actually enter into this clearing that was made from what appears to be this aircraft crash landing into the tree line, you can see that the tail is still connected to the fuselage. It looks as though one of the wings, the wing on your side, the left side here, has been torn completely off. And as you get closer and work your way around, you can see actually the front end of the aircraft has some pretty rough cut marks on the sides. Looks like parts of it have just been torn open, and the glass, the windshield of the aircraft itself has been completely shattered. As you were looking along the aircraft, you couldn't see much as far as in the windows. They seem to all just be dark.
What, is it a big, like,
No, this is.
Airline?
It appears
Exactly
to
the
be
question.
about the size of a private jet. So you see about 4 or 5 windows on the side, a small door that would be push open from the interior. It has a handle as well on the exterior. And you actually see on the back end of it, as you are coming around, there is a name imprinted on the side. It says Hallwell.
Oh, well, you're saying.
That is a name I know, I believe.
It's a name you know.
Uh,
Yeah.
What is Hallwell?
Correct me if I'm wrong here, storyteller. Hallwell was the name of the guy who hired me.
yep.
I never met him face to face. He moved through an intermediary. It was his cabin I was fixing up.
Ross Hallwell. That's right. You said, I have a good memory for names. You said that his name was Ross Hallwell. You got hired by a guy named Ross Hallwell, and there was a guy named Wesley Sigil. And I remember, Cass, you said you knew he was a banker.
What the hell is his private jet doing crashed in the jungle here?
I'm going to run up to the door and see if I can get in at the thing or climb in through the windshield or something.
As you rush up to the
see if there are
door,
bodies.
trying the handle, it looks as though it doesn't appear to be it doesn't move. It looks like it's been locked, it's been sealed. You aren't able to pop it open. Climbing around to the windshield, though, it looks with all the shattered glass. You could definitely crawl through. Might be a little dangerous, but you could definitely fit.
Is it because I still have my leather jacket on and I'm wearing boots and stuff? Is that a big consideration?
Accidents can happen, but you feel pretty confident that with your capabilities as well as this extra padding that you have, if something does go wrong, it'll be minor.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna. I think I can get through this windshield. Since I can't see another way, like I can't open the door. I'm gonna see if there's any bodies or anything in there that will maybe explain what's going on with your friend Hallwell. And
I mean, I'm coming with you, because if that bastard set me up and he isn't already dead, I'm gonna kill him.
okay.
Yeah, if
I
there's
mean,
anyone alive in this plane,
just
I'll go with.
okay. Just be careful. I mean, just be careful. There's a lot of glass, and I don't, I think I'm the only one with the big jacket and stuff, so I don't want y'all to get hurt.
If it looks like it's gonna get too treacherous, I'll stop. But I don't want to be left alone in this jungle.
Sure. No, fair enough. So I'll go through first.
Okay. As you climb onto the nose of this private jet, you immediately notice that there is a pilot in the pilot seat, slumped over, appears to be unmoving, and crawling through the windshield. Go ahead, and I'm going to need a dexterity and athletics check from you, just to see how well you maneuver yourself around this broken glass. One. Totally fine. There's the shards, and this is heavy duty reinforced. It's not as if it breaks into the sort of thing that you can easily slice yourself on. You are totally fine. As you climb through, you land kind of in that center control heads up area. You're kind of having to straddle the throttle in between the pilot and the co-pilot seat. But you're inside. It is very dark. There are no lights on. There are no sounds coming from inside. But immediately you are hit with this smell of combination of bile and burnt hair. A little bit of smells like charred flesh.
Okay. In the correct me if I'm wrong, typically in the cockpit there's some sort of emergency kit where it has maybe it has a flashlight or something like that. Would that be something I could find, or that might be
Probably.
around?
Yeah, looking around, you don't. You're not incredibly familiar with the layout of an airplane, so go ahead and give me a wits and investigation. Not with your specialty for this, because though you could technically be in a crime scene, you're not looking for something involved in a crime scene.
Right. I got one.
All right, so even without really an understanding of having been in a cockpit, you find some cabinets on the side and open them up. They're those incredibly thin airplane just storage, and in the first one you find looks like a life vest and like the intercom sort of thing. Close it, and then on the other one you do actually find a like a small emergency kit, and you find a flashlight.
Guys, I found a flashlight. Gonna grab it. Before I go any... Actually, no. I'm gonna... So they have room to come into. I'm gonna just continue on through the plane.
How
and start working
treacherous
on
is it up there, Cass?
It's not terrible. Just be careful. I think the smell's gonna get you more than anything else.
Okay. All
From,
right.
from the outside, is there any actual visible like fire damage? Like, did this like crash and burn, or?
It looks as though it crashed, but doesn't look like it was on fire at any point. And you can see, looking around at the the engines on the back of the tail, the tail of this jet, they look as though they've been mangled.
Mangled, not burnt.
All right, I'm gonna climb up and try and climb through.
All right, as you're climbing through, dexterity and athletics from you.
A none on that.
None on that. So you're having a difficult time finding your way through this this broken windshield, and unfortunately, you slice your hand on a bit of glass. It doesn't get like embedded in, but you get a little bit of a cut, and it's going to be just a single point of lethal damage. Wait. No, we'll call this 4 points of bashing, even though technically it's a cut. It's not that bad.
Right.
However,
Ow!
Cass,
Oh boy.
as you seeing Gareth beginning to work through, like, okay, I need to I need to make room. You turn and head inwards to the cabin, the door of which is wide open. And what you see before you is truly horrifying. Though you have seen corpses in the past and horrific crime scenes. Nothing has truly prepared you for what lays in the cabin of this airplane. There are no piles of bodies. There are no mangled corpses, save for one solitary body. The windows of the fuselage have been blacked out, with blood caking the entirety of the inside of this tube. And at the far back, you see a single figure hanging, arms outstretched, legs outstretched, in a mutilated Vitruvian man pose, hanging not by rope, but as if by its own tendons and musculature that has been removed from its arms, and its entire core has been opened, though not gutted or cut, as if the front portion has simply been removed. Ribcage has been exposed, and guts and intestines spilled across the floor, and the face has been cut apart by thin, almost scalpel-like precision. Now, in your past, you have recognized things being left as an altar, a totem. But this is truly something that was left to be seen.
Gareth, don't let Bryn come back here.
I'm in the cockpit at the moment, I assume. Why? What's up?
I need to investigate some stuff, but there's I know they're sensitive to blood. This is bad. Just keep Bryn up there, please. I'm gonna.
You need any help?
Maybe in a minute. I'm gonna investigate a little bit, but with the only one flashlight, I think I can just do this on my own right now. I'm gonna go to the. You said there was one body not hanging, or that was the one body.
That was the one body.
And there's no other bodies.
Nothing else.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly walk towards that body. I'm gonna do a sweep over the seats just to make sure there's nothing in between, and just make my way.
All right. With your flashlight sweeping through the aisles, you can see that. So actually, there aren't that many aisles. It's more of, to the right, you can see that there is a little bit ahead of this display, 2 chairs that are facing either side of a small table in the center, and then in the frontmost section of the plane, there's kind of 2 sets of aisles each with 2 seats, so like 2 aisles with a total of 8 seats, and then the small, more reclining section in the back, and then the left, opposite of the table and table and chairs, is kind of a more reclining chair sort of thing. This being a private plane, there being more ability to relax and lounge. Sweeping through and looking around, you can see that when this plane went down, everything got thrown about. As you approach you do notice to the left side a briefcase. It has been severely dented, but still unopened, intact.
I'm going to grab the briefcase and take it to Gareth and Bryn so they can work on opening it. While I. And I was going to say, and then I'll come back to the body to look further.
Around that time, I know I'd probably be starting to try to hike myself up if no one's telling me not to.
I'll see about giving them a hand so that they can avoid slicing themselves the way I did, and as they're climbing up, I'm just gonna. Cass says to stay here for now, and she's checking something.
Okay. Is it gross?
I mean, I'm
Please
gonna
don't make
guess.
that gross.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
And then, guys, I found a briefcase. So why don't y'all try and open this? Also, Gareth, do you you know those flight boxes where it kind of records what happened when a plane goes down?
The black box.
Yes. Can you see if you can find that? They're in the cockpit, right?
I mean, I assume. I don't even really know what I'm looking for, but sure, I'll try.
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm gonna. There is a body. There's one body, but it's really bad. So just so nothing gets disturbed, if you guys could stay up here, I'm gonna go back and try and see if there's anything else.
I do not need to look at any more bodies. Do
bad how?
It's probably one of the worst things I've seen in a long time. Bad.
Oh.
Point taken.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna head back.
Okay.
Do I need to make a roll in the past to get up here, by the way? Storyteller.
To get up onto the nozzle, no. If you want to climb inside, we'll talk.
Okay.
All right, Cass, heading back to the body. You can approach, flashlight on it, the circle of light that you are able to produce on it, casting shadows that make it seem as this thing is floating in a strange void of awful.
Looking around it, do I see any, because you said that the cuts were very precision.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any kind of knife or cutting device anywhere around?
From your initial pass looking around with the flashlight, you did not. There is nothing apparently laying around.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence, just a straight intelligence. And actually, we'll let this be. No, we'll do an intelligence and investigation. This will be a combination of looking and I also want to check something.
I got one success.
One success. Okay. Yeah, looking around, you see no cutting implements of any sorts. But looking at the face as well, and you can actually see now that if you're checking the rest of the body, the cuts don't seem to be all in the same direction. They were all over the place. Looks as though the cuts are also on whatever would have been an intact section of the arms and legs, aside from them being opened. This body, though heavily mutilated, is still still wearing clothes.
What kind of clothes are they wearing?
Looks to be a suit.
Suit. Is there anything on the suit that I can see? Any sort of like company insignia?
Nothing. This isn't like a working man's suit. This is
This is a nice suit.
you know.
Is the person, even though he's up, I can tell it's a he, right?
Yeah.
Is he, about how tall is he?
Looks to be maybe like 5'11". Like as best as you can sort out. A older gentleman, not maybe like in his 50s.
Okay.
And I mean, aside from that, you can't make much else out from this.
And can I tell what color his hair is?
If it dark, and
Dark.
that might be from
blood.
it's been stained. It might be that he's a brunette.
Fair. Looking around, when you described the body, you didn't mention anything burnt, but I smell burnt flesh.
Yes. So I will say with the investigation that you had, you actually can see, when I say that the front portion has been removed, you actually find singed burn marks along the edges of that.
So, like, someone cut this person open with, like, something hot that was singeing their flesh as it was cutting open.
Possibly. That's within the realm of possibility.
Okay. I'm going to take my flashlight and look around the body and see if there's anything that can give me, if I see any shoe prints, any animal prints, are there papers? If his pants are intact, I'm going to check for a wallet.
Okay. You don't see any prints, and actually looking down, there are no prints. You are not leaving any prints. This is dried, but you do find a wallet. It's not within the
Great.
pants, but you actually do find it in inner jacket pocket.
Great. I'm gonna grab it to look at later when there's some more light, and then look into the left and the right of the body. Is there anything else that would possibly be of interest for what happened?
We'll say,
or his?
looking to the left and the right, you are able to see kind of behind the body, though this is in the far back of the like the main lounging area of the plane. There is still space behind it. You can see it looks as though behind, if you look with the flashlight, there's another door, and it seems to be a small prep area. You actually can see kind of, though many things have been dislodged due to the crash, it looks like a plane's kitchen, with the door that's been knocked open, and another closed door kind of leading into the side of the wall that is created by the small hallway at the back of the plane.
Is there room for me to get around the body?
Yeah. You duck under the arm and kind of move around the leg.
And is there anything special on the back of the body now that I'm behind it?
With taking a look over with your light, doesn't appear to be as so. It's the back end of the suit. You actually can see some cuts into that as well, but not many.
Cuts like we saw on the pillow back in the bungalow.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna open a door. The door that's closed
All
in
right.
the hall.
Popping open the door that's closed, it opens, and actually a bit of light comes in, because you have just opened a perfectly clean bathroom with a single window in it, that is letting light peer through. So you found the restroom of this private jet.
But it's clean. There's nothing.
It is
in there.
clean. The door that you have opened on the outside is caked with dried blood, but the inside is the juxtaposition between the two, and the clean white that is the bathroom is a little eerie.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the galley and see if there's anything back there. Also, if there's any food or water that I can salvage.
Aside from things that have been jostled around, a lot of broken bottles back here, you are able to recover 2 bottles of still water, and kind of a handful of what looks as though it would have been prepared as snacks stuff, but on any sort of normal flight would have been kind of fancy nibbles.
Are they in packs?
Yes, it's not like brand labeled packs. It appears to be more like specifically prepared and sealed bags.
Okay. Are there any airplane alcohol bottles?
Looking through, I'll say that you are able to find 2 small ones. There's a small a rum and a whiskey.
I'm gonna shoot the whiskey. I'm gonna grab everything else, and I'm gonna head back to the cockpit.
All right. Would you note for me that? Actually, wait. You've had 1 drink.
1 shot. Does that count as a drink?
For you, no.
No.
Okay. And heading back to the front. While all that is happening, Gareth and Bryn, now with this new briefcase in your possession.
Yeah. If Cass is saying I don't need to go in there, I'm gonna listen to her and just not go in there. But if you want to pass me that briefcase, Gareth, I can probably open it.
Be my guest.
Real fun at this. All right. I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You can see that there is indeed a 3-number combination on each latch.
Okay.
And again, as you're handed this, you can hear a rattling coming from the inside. And there is a massive dent on one side of it.
Oh boy.
And
Okay.
It looks as though this briefcase, it is of black leather, and it looks like there's probably a pretty solid metal interior, but that metal interior has been altered drastically.
Well, this was something special was kept in here then. Something that wasn't meant to be banged around and it's banging around, so I'll be very gentle with it. As Gareth hands it to me, I'll go, so if it's one of the worst things she's seen, I'm assuming this person didn't die in the crash. Doesn't sound like, huh?
I mean, without seeing and without any more detail than it's bad, your guess is as good as mine.
Neat.
Personally, I'm a
will-
little more focused on the living and staying that way.
That's very wise, Gareth. I'm gonna try to open it.
All right, and this is potentially going to be an extended action. Go ahead and give me
Yep.
a dexterity and larceny check.
Yes. And I don't think. Let me. What did we end up going with? No, this isn't my specialty. Okay.
That's still a lot of dice.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. One roll again. So that's gonna be 3 successes.
Okay. Working through the combination locks, you're like, all right, this is, we're gonna start with the factory setting. Nope, nothing. All right, well, let's start with some favorites of just the same number over and over again, and nothing. Except, you actually get the right latch with a combination of 555. Yeah.
555. Whoever owned this suitcase was needlessly basic. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, and then go ahead and give me another roll as you continue to work over doing this. While you are doing that, Cass, working your way back out from the back of the airplane. Is there anything else that you want to do?
As I'm going, making my way back now that I'm focusing on back, I'm gonna look around more thoroughly as I make my way back to see if there's anything else that could possibly be hidden, or drawers, other bags.
I will say, with the investigation roll that you had, you've given this as thorough of a look. Well, no, we'll give you one for the airplane itself. Give me a wits investigation, definitely using your specialty, and your flashlight is going to give you a +1 bonus on this.
Oh, wow. Oh. Two.
Okay. Going over you see some other broken glass. It looks like maybe there might have been a couple of glasses on the table, and maybe a bottle. But as you make your way back to the cockpit, you pick this place clean.
You said a couple of glasses.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Does that mean there were 2 people traveling?
Could.
And there are no other doors?
There's the door leading outside
Oh, that's
the
right.
main door of the airplane.
That's right. Oh, I don't need that. Are there any overhead luggage?
No, there are not.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm done and I'll head back.
Okay. As you get back to the main the cockpit, Bryn, how was that second roll? 2 successes. You needed 5 to open it, so with the second lock being apparently 202 on the left. Click, click.
Slightly more exciting.
The briefcase is opened. With quick question, Gareth, had you climbed back out of the airplane?
No, I would have been, because Cass asked me to see if I could find the flight recorder. So I have been having, I don't even really know what one looks like, but I'm going to see if there's anything that says anything like that on it.
Okay, so, Bryn, before we get to opening the briefcase, Gareth, I will say you can give me a wits and investigation roll on this. This is going to be hard.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because I got nothing.
Okay. As Cass has left and gone farther in to check, you look around. All right, if I were a black box, and you look at all the dials, you look at anywhere where anything could be put away, and you just think to yourself, I know nothing about airplanes. I don't even, I've just heard of a black box. I don't even know if a black box is actually literally a black box. What am I looking for? And you look around, you have no clue. You don't find anything that looks like it could be taken out. There's nothing. And at that point, Cass has rejoined you in the cockpit.
Hey, Cass.
Hey guys.
Any
Sorry
more
if
fun
my
adventures in a dead body land?
yeah. I think we should go outside and talk about this.
Quick thing, storyteller, actually, and I'm not sure exactly how to do this one. Looking at Cass, I'm trying to read her body language and see how freaked out she is.
Cass, how freaked out are you?
I can take my headphones off if you want me to.
Yeah,
I
take that.
mean,
Yeah, do it.
on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
say a 7, maybe an 8.
Okay. So,
Do you want me to make a roll for that?
yeah, do I'm gonna say a manipulation and a empathy check.
Um, I, your call if you want me to argue this one.
Always ask.
Storyteller. I have a specialty in body language under investigation.
I'm gonna say no because you're not investigating. You're 100% like reading this. You're talking to this person. You're not observing. Okay, so here's what I'll ask.
Steph call.
Are you wanting to know from asking them, or are you wanting to like?
I'm looking at her to see how bad I think this is. Like what she's.
We may have put that specialty in the wrong place if that's what you wanted.
Okay.
I do think that reading body language is more of an empathy thing.
Okay.
So here's what I will say, because I know that that's how your character was being built. Give me a manipulation and an empathy with a specialty.
Okay. We'll figure that out later, storyteller.
Yes.
One success.
One success. Okay. Cass, if you're interested in hiding how you're feeling, you can give me a what's it called in this game?
Yeah,
you can give me a manipulation and a subterfuge check, but if you have no interest, you can let them know how you're feeling.
Yeah, they can know how I feel. That's fine.
All right. Cass is pretty shaken. Oh, and I think actually, Cass, I think I'm getting an echo coming through your.
Yeah. I got you.
I know that problem. Yep. Okay. Okay.
What's in the case?
Solid question. Let's take a quick look.
All right, now, Bryn, I might be a little confused. Did you pop into the cockpit as well, or
No,
so
I'm
you're
kind
like
of
on
outside
the
it.
nose?
Yeah, I'm on the nose of it.
Okay.
We can get down to the ground here. Let's do that. I'm gonna get down to the ground before I pop it open, just because this thing seems like it's maybe seen a little bit of harsh times. And set very gently down on the ground.
All right, so Bryn has gone off the nose with the two of you still like in the cockpit itself. Do you want to leave the airplane?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can open the actual door rather than climbing back through the broken window.
Okay. So with that, Gareth, you make your way into the main facade. And...
Oh, no, wait, no, actually I wouldn't do that because Cass told me to stay in the cockpit. I will try and climb back out the window.
I'll say with having seen the danger once, you're no need for a roll. You can get out. Cass?
Yeah, I'm going to get out and get some air.
Okay. So with the three of you on the ground, Bryn?
As soon as everyone's around, I'll open it gently.
Opening it up gently. You can see the contents of this briefcase. There doesn't seem to be a flurry of paperwork or writing utensils or anything of the sort. You see, firstly, a large laptop about the size of the briefcase. A little bit shorter, taking up the majority of the space on the inside.
Okay.
And it looks as
Bingo.
though that dent continues inward into the computer itself. However, in a small separate compartment within the briefcase directly to the right of the laptop, you see a small, intact hard drive that is plugged into the computer.
Oh, baby. Okay.
So with
Now we just need to find another computer.
a destroyed briefcase standing outside of this horrible plane crash and a new hard drive in your possession, that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of Damned Paradise.
We didn't look in the wallet. We didn't look in the wallet. Ah! Ah! Crap.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been enjoying this show, join us next week to find out whose wallet that is, to find out what's on this hard drive. Maybe. You guys are probably going to need a computer first to see
We need a computer. We need a truck.
just what they're going to have to do to get past this roadblock with their golf cart. And maybe find out what in the world is in the little safe room, in their panic room, in the kidnapped bungalow where they woke up. All of this on Ila Palma next week, same time. If you've enjoyed this show, please consider giving us a follow and come and join us for a post-show hangout over on our Discord channel. Our Discord is open to the public. Anyone can join, where we are going to divvy up experience points to our players, talk about things that happened, and just hang out. And this is the chance that we get to interact with you as an audience in this show here. So we would love to see you there. Otherwise, we will see you in the next episode of Damned Paradise. Goodbye, everyone.